Is the volume good? That's good. Why won't you believe? Why won't you believe? So this video is going to be pretty short. I just wanted to give an injury update. I'm not trying to complain about my injuries, but I do have a few, and I'm just worried about them because my live show is pretty intensive. And right now I have injuries in my wrist, foot, and core, all on my right side. The one I want to talk about today mainly is my foot. The other day I was in bed and I wasn't putting weight on my leg in any way, but somehow my leg fell asleep. And I mean like my whole leg. There was no blood in my leg. And I didn't know this though yet, so when I got up from bed, I stood up. It was basically as if I had no leg. Like that scene in Harry Potter where his bone comes out of his arm. That's okay. His bone comes out of his arm and it's just like gooey mess. So I try to stand up and my leg literally just gives out. And I end up bending my foot, like right where my toe knuckles, if that's what they're called, are. And I crack my toes really bad. And I think I jammed 2 of my toes. This was like a month and a half ago and it still hurts when I walk on it. So I have that problem. Then my wrist the other day got slammed in a door. I'm not even going to explain how that happened, but I've had like pain in it, and I was recording bass yesterday, and by the end of the night it was like literally throbbing. I just had to go to bed because I couldn't produce anymore. So I have that going on. And then an ongoing thing I've had for years is I had this hernia right in my core, like right above my belly button, and I had surgery to get it fixed back in 2015. But doing these shows last year in 2019, I was like playing shows once a week, sometimes multiple shows a week. I'm jumping around, like stage diving, doing all this crazy stuff. I kind of re-injured it. Also because at my shows I have to carry these amps around and this giant sub amp, and it's just like it was so intensive of like weightlifting, and I don't do weights, so like it was just too much for me, and I re-injured it. So I think I have like a muscle, what's it called, like scar tissue is like strained right in that same spot where I had the surgery. So this hernia thing, just to explain what this is, in case you're wondering, I have this hole in my abdomen wall, like the actual muscle of my abdomen, right next to my belly button. A hole about that big, apparently. So it's a very small hole. But underneath your abdomen wall is a layer of fat. And basically, if I ate food, or if I was just exercising that area too much, that layer of fat would kind of protrude through that tiny little hole enough where I'd feel a bulge. And apparently that's what the hernia is. And I could like even push it back in, and it was weird. And like if I would bend over or like sing, that was a big thing. If I was singing, I would feel the discomfort there. And I was like, I want to be a musician. I need to be able to sing without feeling discomfort all the time. So I had a surgery. They stitched it up. It was fine for a few years. But then, like I said, the shows were so intensive last year, so like physically demanding of me, that I injured it because I was lifting all my gear and then performing for like 45 minutes going all in. So I re-injured it. I've been keeping an eye on it, but that's basically what it is. I actually went to the doctor the other day and they did an ultrasound, and they said there's not a new hole, so that's good, but basically I just have to be more careful with what I lift and the amount of strain I put on it. So I only talk about all this just because it's happening to me, and I hope that 6 weeks from now when I have my next show, I feel a little bit better, so that way I can do my show. That's what I'm most worried about. The show is going to be March 19th at Las Rosas. It's for emo night. I'm really excited for it. It's like a emo themed night where they do like karaoke of like old and classic like 2000s emo and pop punk songs. And then I'm going to be I think the only live band of the night, and I'll probably play for like half an hour, I think. So yeah, it's going to be really fun. It's at Las Rosas. That's where my best show was last year. It's actually on YouTube, and I'll link it right here, I guess. But yeah, it's going to be there on March 19th, and then I have another one at the fair that same week, the following Sunday on the 22nd. That's March 22nd at the fair around 4 p.m. So that one's going to be really exciting too. So hopefully I'm healed up by then, and hopefully I see you there. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Follow me. Thank you.